What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with another Summoner's War video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the newest units, the String Master as well as the Art Master, and take a look to see which one we are liking the most. Which ones are going to be the one to watch. Now, if you guys are watching this relatively early after I publish it, I do want to let you know I do stream Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And hey, what do you know? Today is Thursday night. So if you guys want to see basically 2 to 2.5 to maybe 3 hours of just straight summons, we got a nice handful of accounts loaded up and ready to go. So definitely stop on by twitch.tv/childish402. And if you guys are one of those people that have been hoarding scrolls and you want to get your summons done tonight live on stream, you need to shoot me an email right now, childish402@gmail.com with the subject line subscriber summons, and I'll be more than happy to work you in until we can get those summons done. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it here. Art Masters is the one we're going to take a look at. First skill, Mark of Brush Tip. Just a basic attack that decreases the attack bar by 30% with a 50% chance. And this goes up to a 75% chance. I like the fact that it is a 30% attack bar decrease. That's a good amount. I like that. This is that new mechanic, Scroll Trap. Seals the enemy in the scroll, leaving the enemy out of battle for a designated period of time. The duration of the seal increases according to the attack speed. So this is something that obviously you're going to be built super fast. And if all the enemies are sealed because you're super OP and you've gotten a ton of violent procs, or they just don't have a lot of people left on the field, the person with the least amount of duration time will be released. So this is really, really interesting. I'm curious to know that if they're locked down in that scroll, I would imagine this is the case. But if they're locked down in that scroll, you know, they're just kind of sealed. They're taken out of the game. So no kind of like beneficial effects or harmful effects can be brought on it to enhance the speed or decrease the speed or anything of that matter. That's what I'm guessing. It basically just literally takes them out of the game and they can't do nothing about it. So that's what I'm thinking about it. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. This last skill here, Blossom Planing, attacks on enemies, removes beneficial effects, increases the attack power by 2 turns. Okay, so this can be a potential cleave monster here. Get the first turn, strip all their stuff, bring in a defense breaker with that attack bar boost, do some damage, bing, bang, boom, you're done, ready to go. Leader skill looks like it's going to be a mono element skill, which I'm actually really happy that they didn't drop another universal leader skill. Honestly, guys, I'm looking at some of these abilities right now just from the first one, and I feel like these are going to be outrageously strong. So I'm glad that they didn't make it just that much more strong due to the fact that the leader skill, you know, just being just super OP here. So let's take a look at the water one. Again, we already talked about the first skill. Second skill, Moon Drawn by Clouds. Attacks all enemies to remove beneficial effects and granted on them, and increases the chance of glancing hit for 2 turns with a 50% chance each. Again, this goes up to a 75% chance and it comes down to a 3-turn cooldown. I like it. I'm a big fan of what they've been doing with not just this skill, but a couple of skills that we're going to take a look at for the NAV4 category, the Stream Master. I'm liking the fact that they're incorporating some more units in the game with glancing. I feel like it's been kind of lackluster when it comes to the new units coming out and having that like glancing hit mechanic. I think it's a really good debuff that doesn't get utilized enough. Yeah. Let's take a look at, so the passive, when enemies remove all harmful effects, attack bar of all allies will be increased by 25%. So I'm actually a big fan of the water one. Again, I like any kind of mechanic, any kind of passive, whatever like that does something based on what the opponents do. So basically they have the choice for you to essentially, you know, get some kind of bonus. And while that could be manipulated in like live PvP and whatnot here, when you're going up against Guild Wars, when you're doing Siege, you know, there's no real control. The AI is just going to cycle through its abilities. So if you have this unit, you're going to be able to get a lot of value out of this on the offensive side. So I think it's going to be really nice. Again, I definitely like that one. I don't know, the fire one is nice, but I think I favor this one just because I just like that. I like the stripping ability, just because it's an enabler for whatever kind of comp you want to bring. And then of course, just this interesting mechanic, I think it's pretty cool here. So, all right, win one. Let's take a look at this. Again, second skill, similar to the water one. We don't need to go over this anymore. We already know it's pretty good. And then last but not least, the attacks on enemies 3 times to decrease their attack bar by 50% with each attack and increases the skill cooldown by 1 turn if the target's attack bar is 0. So pretty interesting. I like it. Really good chance to go ahead and bring the attack bar decrease in there. And I mean, we can't really get mad, right? If you get the first turn, you get the strips, you get yourself, what's it called? You get that attack bar decrease and you reset them. I mean, they're going to be at a pretty bad disadvantage, right? So again, sure, they can violent proc again. Like, but I don't think it's gonna, you know, who knows what's gonna happen, right? Basically, when I look at this skill, I think it's a really good skill, and I think probably out of the 3, this might be the top dog out of the 3 main elements here. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm kind of keen to this water one because I just love this passive here, but the win one to me, this AoE strip alongside this this ability right here, this could be fun, right? Because oh man, I mean, yes, you want to go swift, right? You want to get the first turn. You know, you want to enable your comp, but man, you got 2 AoEs. I mean, could you make an argument for a despair set on here? I mean, this would be really, really nice. This would be really, really nice indeed. So, all right, let's take a look at the next one. Second skill, this is just similar to the fire one, the scroll tap, and then let's take a look at its main skill, right? Final touch draws a giant dragon. I can't wait to see what this dragon looks like. I'm sure the animation is going to be sick. This attack cannot be counterattacked, and all passive skills of the enemies are not activated. So, all those Vanessas, all those Trianas, all those Pernas, all those super OP 2A Mihos. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm done with Miho. I am done. I lose too much to it. Like, I'm done. Okay, Comtos, I need to pull one of these. Give me one of these so I can actually get higher than Fighter 3 in the RTA, all right? Yes, Supreme unit there. Love the skill set. Let's take a look at this last one here. So we already know this skill and ability. Let's take a look at the unique one. Removes all harmful effects granted on allies. And the selected target will go under threat state. So that sounds like an affiliate buff while the enemies attack 2 times. So it's not going to be as many turns, right? Because affiliate is 3 versus 2. But it's kind of cool because you will gain a turn afterwards. This is something that you could cycle. My question is, because you gain an automatic turn, is it going to reset the violent counter? Which I believe that's the case. And this is the 4-turn cooldown, guys, when it's maxed out. So this can be pretty disgusting if it gets the right procs, and then if you're putting threats on multiple units, because of course you put the threat on multiple units, it hits one, right, and then when some of that goes to the other, or I mean, there's sky's the limit on this one. Will AoEs affect both threats? A lot of things to be considered when someone pulls this one. So really excited to see. Actually, yeah, it'll be really excited to see how that goes out. But so overall, light and dark, obviously really good. I think the wind one's going to be the best one out of the main elements here. But please feel free to put your comments in the comment section down below. It would mean a lot to me. I love to go back and forth talking about these units and seeing how you think they are and how they're going to hang. All right. So again, similar to what we talked about with the glancing mechanic, all the skills for the first skills for the string masters are going to be similar to that. And it looks like all of them are going to have a guild leader skill, so I'm pretty happy about that. I want to see more units that get incorporated in Guild Wars and Siege. We need more units in Guild Wars and Siege, yeah? Not just focus on RTA. So, let's see. Glancing hit. What do we got here? 50% chance. Okay, this is just a single target ability that is going to go up to, what, a 75% chance? That looks like a 75% chance. So we can't really get mad. That's definitely a nice one. I think that's a little bit more than like a Jasoon per se. So I'm down with that. Let's take a look. Melody of Resentment plays a song to decrease the HP of the enemy. It's a turn by 5% and decreases the attack power for 1 turn with a 50% chance until the next turn starts. You cannot attack together or counterattack while playing the song. So this is really, really interesting. Our first type of skill where essentially that downtime in between the skill is just as important as, the skill itself, right? I think right now, I mean, I think the mechanic is pretty cool. Obviously, this kind of sounds like if you're in the song a little bit longer, right? If you're not as super fast, then that's more opportunities for the opponent to possibly get a turn, possibly happen. But what I'm curious about is that, how is this really going to affect, everything? Because it increases the enemy by 5% doesn't seem like a really, really high amount here. So it's really not going to affect attack units. Possibly some HP units, some like bruiser comps and whatnot here, but it's really not going to affect them all too much. Yeah. If they get some violent procs, sure, that can play dividends there in like Guild Wars Siege. If they get 2 or 3 or 4 procs, they can take a little bit of extra damage here. Again, though, one thing to consider is that even though attack power, may not really like benefit you on the side of like looking at a unit that doesn't really scale off attack, there are going to be support units that provide buffs or abilities that are based off attack power, right? So that might be interesting. Again, if you're trying to think about a support unit, one of the most common support units in the game, Fran, if you happen to get this ability on, and maybe they don't got their second skill cleanse, then this is going to affect their third skill, because again, they can put the immunity up, they can put the attack power up, but they, their attack broken, so they're not going to provide as much heal for you, right? So that's pretty interesting. Okay, plays a song. Millennium Melody plays a song that increases the attack bar of all allies, excluding yourself, not including, but excluding, by 15% each, recovers the HP of the ally that gets a turn by 50% each, and increases the attack power for 1 turn until the next turn starts. You cannot attack again. You cannot attack together or, or counterattack while playing the song. Gotcha. So I like the mechanic. Attack bar improvement. Hey, we'll take it all day, every day. A little bit of a heal, we'll take it as well. Attack bar buff. I think it's going to be fun. I think this is going to be super fun for like some Nat 4 Siege comps. I'm looking to see what kind of comps come around there. I feel like this is going to be a fun one for Siege. Let's take a look. What do we got here? Second skill, Dissonance. Attacks all enemies 3 times to stun them for 1 turn with a 50% chance. Decrease the attack bar by 10% each if the target is under an ability effect. Okay. So if you combine this with another... Wait a minute, hold on a minute. If they stun, you have it 3 times the stun. Okay, I got this. Decrease the attack bar. So if you get the stun, like on the first one, and then you stun it, you hit the next 2, that's a little bit more attack bar improvement, unless you already got them stunned, which you can basically get. Stun, sleep, frozen, whatever that, you're going to get a little more attack bar increase. So that is pretty cool. I'm down with that. And then last but not least here, an admiration of the string song. Place a song that grants immunity on yourself for 1 turn and blocks the enemies from gaining benefit effects for 1 turn until the next turn starts. So that's a pretty cool skill. You cannot attack, of course, or counter attack with it. Pretty cool skill, but it sounds like it's pretty counterable. You can put a beneficial block on a unit, right? But there's plenty of units that have, cleanses or whatnot here. So that might be something that could be countered. As of right now, I think the fire one is better than the water one, but let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Now, the next one here, this is going to pair alongside, I believe this is the water one. Yeah, this is the no, it's the water one. No, it was the fire one that had this one. Okay, so this is the same as the fire. This one here, Master Hands, uses the Melody of Resentment when attacked by the enemies while playing a song, and the damage you'll receive will be decreased by 30% when you play a song. Okay. So again, if you decide to, I guess if it decides that if it happens to be in a situation where you're a tank, or if you happen to be if you just be having to get dealing with some opponents that are getting have AoEs or whatnot here, this passive will kind of kick in a little bit here. But take note that it's not just like a straight passive. It is a passive that does have a cooldown, so it is strong, but not as strong as we would think it to be, right? But yeah, overall, I don't know. I mean, the Melody of Resentment, I kind of like the mechanic. Like I said, I just don't know how much value that 5% each will bring, unless you got a team that just built for turn cycling and they just constantly like take turns but heal themselves. But again, the question is the 5% going to be enough, considering what opponents can do when they get their turns, right? They're getting their turns, they're getting their abilities back, their cooldowns are getting reduced, right? I don't know. It's as we always say as a content creator, this is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see how things go, right? That's how it always is. Okay, so this one here, again, similar to the wind one and the fire one. And then the last but not least here, the attack bar is decreased when enemy gains a turn while playing the song, and your attack bar is increased when the enemy gains a turn while not playing the song. So I like this mechanic. So what this basically means is, if you're playing the song and they get a turn, the song is going to stay on longer because you're reducing the attack bar. That's a really good mechanic. And now that I think about it, I wish they brought in some other kind of unit that can manipulate the attack bar essentially in a negative way. So you can kind of, I don't want to say like make it a twin, but you could see the like innate synergy between them. But at least this one has that decreased 10% so that you can get that value out of it. But I like it. Like the light one, I'm definitely down with. Like I want that one. I want that. Forget the regular elements. I want that one. Okay. So again, this one here pairs alongside the water one, attacks all enemies with 3 times. It gets a stun. And then of course, if you already have that stun lockdown or any other inability effect, you get that attack bar decrease. Okay. Now let's take a look at this one. Plays a song that increases the attack speed of all allies, excluding yourself, for 2 turns, and increases the damage of all allies and enemies by 25% until the next turn starts. Wait a minute. All enemies and allies? So basically, you have to get first turn and just do some massive amount of damage, more than your opponent, and make sure that they lose. They lose some units here, that you go 4v2, 3, or 4v3. Like you need to cripple them so much to the point to where they don't have any more, strong units that are going to be able to take value out of this, or like you just got to get the first turn and get a jump on them. That's when it comes down to. Again, 4-turn cooldown on this one, so it is cursed, right? So yeah, benefits both sides. Interesting mechanic. I think it's going to be fun, again, for Guild Wars Siege, even first turn archery. I mean, you got the speed lead, so it kind of screams, yeah, go first turn and do massive amounts of damage with your comp. So yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, so obviously I love the light and darks on both sides. I think I'm more keen to the light one. I like the light one in the Nat 4s, and then out of the art masters here, Which one do I like the most here? I think it was going to be the water one. Yeah. I sorry, the dark one. So I like the dark one out of the light and dark side of this category, and then I like the wind one. I think yes, I like the wind one, but I also I like I like them all, man. I like them all. I think the wind one's the strongest, but I think the water one is, I like that mechanic. I like the fact that it does something on the enemy's turn. So I do like that. So let me know what you guys think about this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I would really appreciate your opinion on this. And once again, we are going to be streaming tonight, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're literally not going to do anything else but summon. So if you guys are down for that, stop on by. Y'all know where to be. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you all in the next one.